Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to the 2021 FIA Nations Exhibition Season, round number 9. Tonight we are at Fuji and we are in whichever Group 3 car we choose. And what did I choose? I chose the Porsche. Going home back to the good old 911 RSR. It got me to A+. Let's see if it can give me some points. All right, points. Yes. Points, that is what I need. So looking here at the nation's points right now, I need to get above 223 to make something happen. So that's my goal. I just want to get more than 223 points, maybe move up these here rankings, as right now I'm ranked number 22, way down here. I wouldn't say way down here, just down here, right behind Thierry and right in front of Agrusa in Alabama. So I want to try and make a move up after this Fuji race. So I chose the Porsche. I was able to put in a really good time here. So come out of this final right-hand turn, hoping I've got some slipstream. I was pretty close to Cantilever, but unfortunately, he was in the slipstream of the Jeffers fella in front of him and pulled out of my slipstream as we went down the straight. And I was like, no, slipstream, come back to me. So I was going to have to run a naked lap here at Fuji, which is not ideal. Because you can, honestly, you can make up about a half a second with just slipstream alone. And I needed all the help I could get. As you can see, I'm fighting here, trying to get back into that slip. Get on my brakes here before the 50, and I'm pushing a little too hard. Missed my apex by like a whole car. Oh, just absolutely awful. I'm kicking myself, and I'm like, why'd you do this? What I should have done was find an RCZ to get behind and try to use his slipstream, because the Porsche was a little bit faster on the straight than the RCZ. So if he had a little better exit than I did coming out of that final turn, then there was a chance I could catch back up to him on the straight. But, I'm thinking Corvette's really fast, 911's good in the slipstream. I'll just get behind Cantilever in the Corvette and put in a good lap time. And those two guys just pulled away from me, and I was unable to get back into it. So question is, where will I finish, though? Because it's not been a terrible lap. I did miss that one apex by quite a large margin. But other than that, it's been a solid lap. So let's come down the straight here. Let's find out where old Greddy ends up. Cross the finish line with a 1:37.971. And when all is said and done, well, that's only good for P14. So what is the strategy? The strategy is pretty simple, folks. You have medium tires and you got hard tires. You can switch on to either one whenever you want. Fuel's not really a concern in the 911, wasn't in the RCZ. Don't believe it was in the Corvette either. I didn't try the Corvette, but initially I was going to go 8 and a 7, 8 mediums, 7 hards. I'm starting on the mediums because, well, honestly, I want to just kind of slowly keep passing people and not end up in any kind of craziness that may go on, door banging, battling. I want to be able to get past someone and just keep on going. Now, here at the beginning of the race, it's always exciting going into turn 1 at Fuji. Getting on the brakes right there by the stands where they start. Few people go wide, allows me to just send it down the inside. I'm trying to give room on the outside there to Distinct Avi and give him that room. But I've got the slipstream of Jeffers here as we go into that first left-hander. Distinct Avi just gets just a little nick of my rear bumper as I come into there. Not too bad there, wasn't too terrible. So I get by him. Looks like he's on hards as he's falling back. And I'm pulling in here a little bit on Jeffers, but I'm not really reeling him in quick. But I can't tell what tire he's on. I can't tell if he's on hard, can't tell if he's on medium, or if it's just him in the slipstream of Andre Sab is why I'm catching him here. So coming down into the hairpin, I'm like, well, if he's on hards, I will know right here because he'll be able to get past or right up on Andre. And boy, he brakes really early. I'm thinking he must be on hards. I'm looking down at the arrows, and it looks like I cleared him right there as I start turning in, but he turns his car a little bit towards me, actually pits me right there. As you can go back, and we can look at the replay, we can see it do. Now, you look at the little red arrow down here on his steering inputs. As we come into the corner, I easily make the apex right here. Now, here, as we come through the corner, watch, he's going to turn it back to the right there. It hits my rear quarter panel and pits me. And maybe he didn't. Maybe I turned it on. He was just keeping his car from spinning. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. Learned from it, though. I wasn't going to ever do that again. I wasn't ever going to assume that little arrow right there, right in the very tip front, meant you were past. Now, on to lap number 10. I've got Equus catching up to me. Do I smash into his car as he's going by? No. I just give him the turn signal. I'm like, just go on by, Equus. Just go on by, buddy. I can tell you're faster than me. I can tell you're on a better tire. Just go on by. Isn't that hard? I don't know. Maybe it is. Anyway, terrible race. I ended up finishing 18th. It was awful. So we're gonna put that one behind us, folks. We got those 85 points. They aren't gonna help us. Let's put it behind us. All right, new slot, new lobby, and it is top split. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness, and I'm door number 18. That means I got to put in a really good qualifier now if I want any chance of doing anything, because all these guys are just so quick. It is just so hard to, and they don't make very many mistakes. It's not like I can get very many Greddy passes in these top lobbies. So we go out for qualifying, and guess what Greddy does? The exact same thing I did last time. I get an RCZ Vet Me combo with TS BAP following Blazeberry. Okay, on the surface it seemed like a bright idea at the time, but looking back, why didn't I just find an RCZ to follow? Why? So as we come around after the whole lap, I come back here towards the starting line. Turns out Blazeberry has the fastest time, followed by TS BAP, and then I give Totally Lit behind me a really good slip, and he goes on to pull, so he gets to pull off Greddy. So hey, at least I contributed to somebody's success tonight. It wasn't mine so far. So we're going to get the countdown here, and we'll see if we get some mayhem in this race. Now, let's take a moment here, shall we? What is that on J2K's car? What is that on the back of his car? Put it in the comments if you think you know what that is. I want you to comment, because I don't know what it is. So let's go into turn one here. And we got one person going wide, looks like PX Cam 20, and then J2K on the loud pedal too early. But what happened? 2 Greddy passes to start the race. Well, PX Cam 20 just got on the brakes too late with those cold, hard tires. And J2K, well, I think someone was playing with his pink thing, and he just tried to get away or something. I don't know. I'm out of control tonight, folks. I apologize. It was... Fuji is not my favorite track, and I was just trying to have some fun tonight, and I did actually in this race. This race turns out to be quite a bit of fun. So here we are on lap 1. Again, I am starting on the mediums because I'm trying to run away from everybody, including that guy, TKR Jeffers, who had a run-in with me earlier. I'm thinking, oh goodness, I need to find some way to get away from this dude. I don't want to be next to him in any corner, because I'm thinking that he pitted me for sure there. So I go down the inside of H2O, as it looks like he might have went a little wide, might have had on the hard tires, but then I couldn't get the rear end to hook up as I come through that left-hander, which allows my buddy Jeffers to slide down the inside. So I'm like, all right, it's okay, be cool. As, oh my goodness, Rip Argusa, he dies in the green goo, the soylent green made of race car drivers' dreams. He died in it. So we get another Greddy pass there. So heading back towards turn 1 at Fuji, and it is side-by-side action with H2O and Jeffers. I'm trying to figure out which guy to follow, and with the cut back there on Jeffers, I actually followed the wrong guy. I was going to try and follow H2O, but chose wrong there, so it didn't work out for me. But that's okay. I'm in touch with these two, and we're up into 16th position here on lap 2. So we've picked up a couple spots from our 18th starting spot, and looking to try and get a couple more as the race continues on, trying to find a way around H2O 449 in that Corvette. I'm in the Porsche, and it's got more legs than I do, but I'm pretty sure H2O's on the hard tire, so I'm going to go for the send down the inside. The Porsche, great brakes, and I make the apex. I give H2O plenty of room on the inside. It's trying to make sure I didn't make any mistakes on trying to cut back to the corner too early and pit myself, if that's indeed what happened last race. Again, you be the judge. I don't know what happened exactly. So able to make that move stick, and now it's time to put the head down on to lap number 4. And my goodness, we have got a gaggle of cars in front of us. Looks like 6 racers all vying for corner number 1. That can mean only one thing. Good stuff for Greddy's. I'm able to catch up to this huge pack in front of me because of that. Now, I'm not going to send it down K-Botics, who looks like he got the worst of that entanglement there in turn 1, because I was just going to put a side-by-side through there. I'm like, look, I want to kind of stay with this back group take advantage of some mistakes like this one where Geauxgreddy gets hung out dry on the wide side, and Jeffers as well. But I'm not going to send it down the inside there. Get bumped by Geauxgreddy a little bit wide, but then Geauxgreddy gets onto the green stuff on the left side, unable to get traction coming out of the corner, and slides in right behind old Greddy here. Now, Geauxgreddy's a pretty fast guy, so I'm thinking, well, Geauxgreddy's got to be on the hard tire. So I just got to brake really late here so he doesn't think he's got to move down the inside, which worked almost, as he almost made a move down the inside anyway. But that's okay. I'm still out in front as that vet man's trying to get up on that inside of me. But I was able to get through that corner okay in the Porsche. Got to put some distance between me and Geauxgreddy, and I still want to get past my good buddy here, Jeffers, in the Corvette. Coming around the final turn, I take a little bit narrower line to try and break a little bit of that slipstream to Geauxgreddy and stay in the slip to the Corvette, which was going to be instrumental in being able to hold off Geauxgreddy. Now, Geauxgreddy ends up having a penalty. I did not know that, so he serves the penalty there, and that allows me to break that slipstream with him. But now I got H2O449, and I've got K-Monix and Jeffers fighting it out on the straight. So H2O hunting me down from behind in the vet, and these two guys are just banging doors, and I'm going to take advantage of that. I'll send it down the inside of Jeffers. I've raced K-Monix a lot, and I've never really had any issues with K-Monix. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out with K-Monix here for a little bit, and I'm gonna put some distance between me and Jeffers. So I give him a little bump there, and following through, and just I didn't know what tire K-Monix was on here. I wasn't sure if there was just a lot of battling going on in front of me, because the NSX actually was pretty good through this middle section of the course. So I was thinking he was actually on mediums. Turned out when I checked the replay out, he was actually on hard. So he was holding pretty good pace on those hard tires. And you can see right there, I've got 3/10 to Jeffers behind me. And so I'm just going to work with K-Monix. I don't want to make him nervous at all. I just want to take racing lines, look behind me. And H2O sends it down the inside of Jeffers. Then he loses the rear end coming out of the same corner where we tangled earlier. So maybe a little bit of karma for Greddy there. I don't know. You be the judge. You decide. Who am I to decide? Who am I to judge others? I'm just me. Just good old Greddy. So I'm going to keep following K-Monix here and hope to move up even further as we are starting to kind of catch up here to Apple Pop as we come around the final corner. I've got a nice gap to H2O, so he's no longer in the slips. Lap 7, my slipstream partner leaves. K-Monix and a bunch of other folks jump in the pits. All kinds of tires, mediums, some on hards. It's hard to tell. And look at this. Dr. Egotistic Greddy, yours truly, in P2. 1 lap later, James Bond goes in the pit. And guess what, folks? Greddy is leading the top split lobby in North America right now. I'm in front of James Bond. James Bond is behind me, and I'm leading. That's right, number 1 on fire, folks. Oh, there's fast, and then there's Greddy fast. And right now, I'm just scorching. Actually, right now, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to screw up James Bond's race because I stayed out 9 laps. My tires were still looking pretty good, but I was like, I know he's on hards. I brake here, and I go wide, and she just wouldn't stop. So I was like, all right, the tires are dying. I'm not going to hold up P1 in this race and me be the cause of whatever the outcome is. So I slip over to the left. I give the right-hand turn signals. You can see that down there by the tachometer. Give him the right-hand turn signal. Say, come on through, James Bond. And he gives me the caution lights of approval saying, thank you, Greddy. Appreciate that clean racing. So lap later, I come into the pits, lap 9, throw on my hard tires, and let's see where I come out after all that hard, clean racing work put in by yours truly. Well, come out in P12. Pretty excited about that. I've got another car coming, and who is it? Well, it's Geauxgreddy. So he was on hards earlier. So again, I know that he is on mediums. It does not behoove me to race with him right now. I give him the signal to the left side, say, go on through, Geauxgreddy. I'm going to use your slipstream for a while because I want to put a bigger gap than 1.6 seconds between me and Jeffers. So Geauxgreddy also gives me the approval caution lights there. So he was happy that I allowed him to slide on through because he was on those medium tires. I was on the hard tires. Geauxgreddy a little better pace than me and in the vet, so I was going to try and use that to my advantage, put some time. Now it seems to be working now as we got, we're holding that 1.6 second gap with the vet behind me. Going on to lap 15. Nothing happened except me extending my lead to Jeffers, which was good. But I moved up 5 spots in the top split, led for 1 lap. Pretty good day of racing. I did not, however, unfortunately, improve my points. Only got 164, well shy of the 223 plus that we needed. But hey, we had a good time out there. Hope you enjoyed the race. Hope you enjoyed all the action. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back and check out some more. For myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.